Okay, we are live. Okay, and welcome. I have one person in. I did not expect this to be a huge thing because I'm not a huge channel, but welcome. And if a lot of people watch this on the rewatch, welcome to our live stream. We are here to celebrate the 400th episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. 400. Okay, I am so excited to have this going on. I am so happy that I made this far. It's been something that I have never thought I would get this many episodes going, but once you started it, it just kind of happened. Anybody, if you do jump in, leave a comment or a question in the chat, and I will definitely be checking it out. Okay. But for the moment, hello everybody, and welcome to Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. If you're new to this, and you happen to show up here, it's my 400th episode, so there's 399 other ones that you can check out, plus a few bonuses if you would like. All right, but here and now, we're just here because it's an unboxing channel, obviously devoted to Star Wars, and I'm your host, Darth Tuba. A lot of people ask me where I get the name Darth Tuba from. It's real simple. It actually was my Twitter handle first, before I ever even thought of starting a channel. I am a teacher, a music teacher, and I was learning how Twitter worked in a kind of a tech session that teachers were learning how to use technology years ago. And I simply needed a handle that I felt kind of defined who I was, so I went, Star Wars, Darth, and I'm a tuba player, so Darth Tuba, and there it is. Okay, and then later on, we had I started to present my collecting to the world, and my love for Star Wars collecting, and I thought, this is kind of a unique thing, and people have that. So thank you so much. And again, if you're watching this on Rewind, I appreciate that. We got some unboxings that we're going to do today, but first I wanted to just, there were a few questions that came out in advance, and if anybody has any other ones, you can put them out there. But essentially, Liam Donnelly 4 on Instagram asked, why did you want to start your own YouTube channel? And that's really simple. I just love collecting Star Wars, and I wanted to share that love of collecting with anybody who wants to watch it. And quite frankly, it can be somebody who just kind of sees it in passing, or it can be devoted followers. I don't really care. I know that it's not a very big channel. There's a lot of people that do it far bigger with far better production value, but I've been pretty happy with what I've been able to do and what I've been able to share. This is all pretty much done on my phone, so I'm pretty proud of that, and I just thought it would be nice to share that with everyone else. It's mostly Star Wars collecting. We do occasionally talk, get into the weeds about some of the Star Wars movies and things of that nature, but for the most part, it is essentially just kind of fun and seeing what new is coming out with Star Wars collecting and what's out there, what's available. I'm also a Disney fan, so we talk a lot about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I just wanted to have this out there as kind of it's also kind of a nice, almost like a video log, a documentation, a little video diary of my collecting over the years. This has been 400 episodes, and this is my 4th year. I'm getting ready to start my 5th year, like this month, of doing this. So again, if you're new to this, if you just stumbled across it, I strongly urge you to go back and check all my other videos and playlists. There's lots of different things from all different walks of life in terms of Star Wars collecting, everything from Hasbro to vintage Kenner to Disney to all sorts of different things. I'm into collecting mostly Hasbro and Kenner. I do a little bit of Hot Toys and Sideshow, and a lot of oddball things that come out here and there. So I'm excited about that. All right, another one I got was was a favorite item in your collection. The favorite item in my collection varies. It goes all over the place. It depends on the day of the week. But I would say that my absolute #1 favorite item was actually an item that was won for me by my darling wife, Mrs. Darth Tuba, we'll call her. And she won me when Episode 1 came out in the 90s, late 99. She was working for a company that had a grill room in their lunch cafeteria area that had a Pepsi promotion. And if anybody been around long enough, they know that PepsiCo was doing this huge marketing campaign for Episode 1. And they had all sorts of stand-up cutouts and blow-up giant Pepsi cans that had Star Wars characters on them and everything else. But the grand prize was this really cool, about this high off the ground, R2d2 Cooler. It was just a cooler that you could put drinks in, just like any, but it's shaped like R2. It was only available via contests and things like that. and she won that for me. So, but she kind of was sneaky about it, and I've told it on previous stories, and you can look that up. But that is my favorite item in my collection because my wife won it for me, and it was a really cool gesture, and it was really fun. The story that goes behind it was really cool. But other than that, I would say the vintage line of figures, the 94 figures that came out, I have them loose. I have them kind of on display. That's where it all started, so I kind of love that too. So, but there's a lot of cool things here. And then because people some people who watch the show know that I'm also a music teacher. One of my students will say his name is Leo. I can't give out your last name, Leo. I hope you don't mind. But he asked, how would you rank your Star Wars movies in terms of musical scores? Which I thought was an excellent question. So I thought about it and actually wrote it down. And I'm not going to get too far into the weeds with it because I want to get into unboxing. This is not a soundtrack show. This is an unboxing show. But I do love all of the soundtracks to Star Wars, both the original, the prequels, the sequel trilogy, the spin-off movies, and which were done not by John Williams, but by other composers. Absolutely love them all. And so when I rank them like this, they're really close together. Don't think that the one that's last place is like, I hate it. Absolutely not. So there are 11 films, so 11 scores. I will go starting at 11th place would be Attack of the Clones. Still love it. Just inches out everything else I love just a little bit more. Number 10, Solo, a Star Wars Story. Love it. I love some of the stuff the new stuff that was written. I love John Williams' theme music for Han Solo and what was done with that. And fantastic. And I hear next week they're releasing a full album, which I'm really excited about. Number 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Great revisit of a lot of themes, and it was cool to see, John Williams be able to wrap up the whole thing, the whole Skywalker saga. The Force Awakens, 8th place. Okay, again, really fantastic. Love the March of the Resistance. Love the Rey's theme. Just fantastic new additions to the whole genre. Number 7, The Last Jedi. Actually, my favorite of the 3 sequel trilogy scores. I thought they were fantastic. I loved just the newness of it, the different kinds of things that you heard in there. Really fantastic. Number 6, Rogue One. Got to give it to Michael Giacchino. He did a fantastic job of making Star Wars sound new. Okay. Number 5, Revenge of the Sith. An epic score. I absolutely thought was a great way to, at that time, 2005, we thought we were done with Star Wars. It was a great way to cap it. It was fantastic. Number 4, The Phantom Menace. Again, a fantastic score. One of my favorite things about The Phantom Menace, and I loved the prequels, but my absolute favorite thing about the prequel in their entirety was the score to The Phantom Menace, because it was just so great after so many years to hear John Williams writing new Star Wars music at that point. Number 3, A New Hope. All right, it was the first, and it was the first I heard, and I absolutely love it, and I can probably sing every theme and probably different parts of the orchestral parts in there. Number 2, The Empire Strikes Back. Okay, fantastic. A little darker, a little bit more cerebral, okay, but I still loved it. And number 1 for me, Return of the Jedi. Had the most themes. I loved all the fight music. Underscore, I loved Jabba's theme. Again, tuba player, tuba solo. You gotta love that. I loved Luke and Leia's theme, and I was so happy that they returned to that in Last Jedi. I loved, the revisits of the Empire thing, the Imperial March. It was just, to me, the best score of the bunch, but I mean, only by a little bit. And that's just my opinion. It'll probably change if I did this video tomorrow. So there you go. All right. So that's my thing. Honorable mention to Ludwig Göransson for The Mandalorian. I love what he's doing with it. Will I listen to it intently like I did all these scores? Probably not, although I do love the theme. In fact, you can check on my Facebook page and you can see some arranging I did of the theme. Okay. Oh, it's Skywalking Through Neverland's here. Yay! My favorite. Oh, God. Thank you guys so much. Woohoo! All right. Yes, Return of the Jedi, right? I mean, just fantastic. All right. So why don't we get to this? And again, to Skywalking Through Neverland. If you don't know that show, fantastic podcast. Amazing group of people. Sarah and Richard Woloski. They do so many good things. And they've been really kind to help promote my channel, and I've really tried to share their stuff around. But if you want great Star Wars and Disney content, go to not only their podcast, but they have a whole podcast network now with other things that are released. fantastic stuff. So thank you guys for watching and spreading the word about this channel as well. That's what I love about the Star Wars and Disney community that I've kind of come across, is that they're very kind, very good with sharing. Even though Richard has tongue-in-cheek not liked the fact that I unbox things. He wants everything pristine in the box. And thank you, yes, thank you so much, guys. So you say congrats on 400 episodes. I very much appreciate it. That's fantastic. And again, you guys inspired me. I mean, you really did. So I'm going to keep it going as long as I'm able to. And but again, unboxing is what I do. So why don't we get a little bit onto that? If anybody throws any more questions or comments they want, I will share. But first, I talk about my little boy here, Baby Yoda, my little animatronic one. He's kind of cute. I think he kind of went to sleep though. Let's see if I can get him to wake up again. Can you wake up there, buddy? Or are you? Ah, there he is. Here he is. Hi there, buddy. Yeah, we're here to celebrate too, okay? So, but before you start using the force to force choke me, I'm going to turn you off, and we'll put you guys over here. All right, so what do we got today? Well, we got a couple of different items. Let's start with my, Richard at Skywalking to Neverland will appreciate this. This is my unboxing, and it's also my non-unboxing, okay? I've got two items here that I'm really excited that finally have come in. First of all, we have this. We have our vintage collection Rogue One K2SO VC170, okay? This is what I don't unbox. My unboxing was taking this out of another box, but I do not unbox these. Why? Because I'm just a sucker for the original trilogy packaging. The racing stripe is what they call this going around. And the fact that they include, this is kind of how kids, when people like the Skywalking Through Neverland folks, for example, and myself were youngins, when we were younglings, and the first three movies came out, this is what the figures looked like. They looked just like this, okay? They all had the same black card. They all had the same Star Wars, but with either Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi in the middle, and then you had your figure with usually some photo art right on there, and that is what we had. And so it's just a great nostalgic throwback, and I love that Hasbro has continued the tradition of this. Really has been going in on and off for like the last 10, 12, 13 years with the vintage collection. And as you can see, I'll get a nice close-up there. There's K2SO. Looking forward to him coming back on the Cassian K2SO Disney Plus streaming show that'll be coming out hopefully in 2021. We'll see what happens. And on the back, you can see some of the other figures that are in this particular line. I do not open these, okay? I like having a collection of the vintage look, and I think it's fantastic. So that's one. We'll put that right here, okay? And then another one that's of a similar line, and this one, believe it or not, I was not able to get this right away. I know. Skywalking Through Neverland says, good, I'm not opening it. See, you will be happy to know that I do not unbox everything. Now, this other item is part of the retro collection. So what makes this different is this is, and again, for people that collect know exactly what I'm talking about here, but this is essentially an almost exact duplicate and reproduction of a vintage action figure from the Empire Strikes Back line that came out in 1980. And that is, of course, Yoda. And you can tell by the card. And I've seen, if you look at my previous episodes, I've been able to find this entire line in a Walmart, but I was not able to find this one. So I ended up finding it on eBay. And this is the retro collection. Okay, this sticker does come off. I'm not going to take it off, but as you can see on the sides of the card, it has kind of like a damaged look as if it was an older card, which I think is cool. And this is actually the second round of retro figures. There was a few years back for the 40th anniversary of A New Hope. There was a series of 6 figures, all that came out with the Star Wars logo on it, and then they had 6 more that came out with the Empire Strikes Back logo. But first of all, I already have a loose Yoda, maybe more than one, so I don't need to take this one out of the package. It's a beautiful card. It will stay pristine in the package, okay? I do sometimes unbox things, but a lot of times when I unbox basically, like I've unboxed some of the vintage line, but generally they were damaged cards, meaning the cards were already damaged. One of them, the figure actually, before I got a chance to unbox it, the plastic was so brittle, the figure actually fell out before I even got a chance to do it. But this guy's new. we'll get him in a package, in some kind of a plastic cover, and he will find a place in the display. And again, you can look back on previous episodes to see the whole collection. I mean, what I have behind me is just about a 2% of the whole collection, so I'm pretty happy with that. So let's put him over here. All right, now what do we got next? Let's talk Black Series, okay? Now these I do unbox. Why do I unbox them? Well, and again, I will say this. One of the reasons I started unboxing, for those that are new to this, it came, and I've told this story before, but it started off as an accident, okay? I unboxed some toys because what happened was, I think it was Hurricane Irene, came blowing through this neck of the woods. And generally speaking, my house is very good at withstanding the elements. It's a solid house. It's up on a hill, so we don't usually get too many issues. Well, it just so happened, I learned one thing that trip, or that hurricane, is when the weather reports all tell you that the rain amounts are going to be biblical in nature, and they use the word biblical, that is a good time for you to go down into your basement and start lifting things off and putting them up high. And I didn't do that, and unfortunately there was about 4 inches of water in my basement, and a lot of my stuff is up high, so most of it did not get touched or damaged, but unfortunately about 25 or 30 boxed Star Wars toys did get waterlogged. So after cleaning up, I put them all kind of in one room, and I just left them there. Put the dehumidifier on, dried them out. But then it was beyond help. The packages were destroyed. So I just sat on my couch and I unboxed everything, and I had so much fun. It was like Christmas morning, when you get the toys and you get them out of the Christmas wrap, and then you're like, this is fantastic, and then I got to take them out and put them together. And that's what I did, and it was really actually a lot of fun. And then I realized, why am I keeping this stuff boxed up? This is not an investment of, I'm not planning on retiring off of this stuff. It's just something I do for fun. So I just started unboxing other things, and then, video recording it and sharing it on YouTube. And that's what I've been doing. Also, with so much collecting, there's a finite amount of room. So eventually you either have to sell stuff off or unbox it to reduce the amount of space. So I chose unboxing, and that's what I'm doing. So what do we got here? This is Gaming Greats, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Darth, I guess it's Nihilus, if I'm saying that wrong, you can let me know. This is something that GameStop, I think, was doing, where they were producing figures that were very specific to very specific video games. Now, I will tell you, I am not a gamer, okay? The gaming I play, I did play Force Unleashed back in the day, and I played Lego Star Wars. Those are essentially my video game, my video game experience. I don't own any other than a Nintendo Wii, which is no longer being made. I no longer have any kinds of gaming, but I do enjoy the storyline. I do enjoy when they have characters that transcend the gaming story and come into mainstream via the toys. So I do like to collect the Black Series. So there you go. So that's what it looks like. I'm not a big fan of the packaging of Black Series, to be honest with you. It's basically black with very simple line art, and with red. And now they've gotten a little bit more interesting, but ultimately, I'm just not a huge fan of it. Okay, so I just got to get how do I get this guy out of here? Oh my. Okay, cool. All right, so we got almost this thing. There's something about, and again, I've never played the game. No, hey, give me a little bit here, there, Skywalking Through Neverland. I kept 2 of them unboxed or in the box. Let me have some fun here. Come on. But this character, if anybody knows this character and they want to kind of, I'm sorry, I opened it. If anybody wants to tell me anything about this character, it's got a Black Panther look. I've never played the game, so I'm sorry. I'm not going to pretend that I have. Okay. If I opened it, I have to smell the new plastic. It's like not new car smell, new plastic smell. It's really cool. But the thing I love about this is now I can put these figures up and display them and kind of do different things with them, and that's really nice. And you can set up dioramas. You have a lot more options when you take these figures out of the package. I do recognize that some of them are far more rare than others. Sometimes I'll take that into consideration. But for the most part, if it's Black Series, it comes out of the package. There are a few. The new packaging, I will say, the new colored packaging and some of the, they've done like carbonized action figures. Some of them I've kept packaged up. If you watch a previous episode, like the credit collection for The Mandalorian, I've kept them in their package. Again, it's kind of a throwback to the original packaging, so I like that. But there he is. There's the man, the myth, the legend, Darth Nihilus. So legendary, I don't even know anything about him. I just love the figure. I love the look of the figure. But again, something about look at that. If you've never played this game, doesn't he kind of not his face? His face kind of has his face almost has a kabuki, what is it? A kabuki mask, like from the villain in Baymax, Big Hero 6. But around the hood, it looks like he's got little ears, like a cat, like Black Panther. So that's my thought about that. But very good. He's good there. Okay, prep yourself there, Richard. I'm going to be doing another one. Here we go. Galaxy's Edge. We have R5P8, which is Hondo's droid. This is actually an item that found its way in it was Galaxy's Edge, and then obviously there's been a lot of marketing changeover because of the closure of Disneyland. Again, to my West Coast folks, so sorry that you guys are going without it, and I hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope that things can open up for you guys really soon. Walt Disney World in Florida has been opened, and there are, of course, with serious modifications. But I was there in the summer. It's fantastic. It's definitely different, but we just love being there, so we're okay with that. But now they've started releasing these in Target and in the Disney Store and a few other places. So you can see it's got the little sticker there, Galaxy's Edge. Okay. Yes, that's right. Buena Vista Street is opening up in Disneyland, not Disneyland, in Disney California Adventure in about a week and a half. That is awesome. I kind of hope they do the same thing with Disneyland, because I don't know about you guys, but if it were me, if I had the main streets of both the parks available to go shopping and get food and do stuff like that, I think that would be, especially if it's been closed for so many months, that would be an acceptable, next step from now until whenever they open up. But again, at least you're getting that. And I heard the trolley's going to be back on. That's really cool. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I wish that they would just open up the parks and not have any rides, if that's the big issue that they're worried about, or be a little careful with how many people go into restaurants and stuff like that. But sit on a bench or try the Carthay fountain for about 3 hours and soak in the atmosphere. Exactly. So such a cool thing that they're doing, trying to make things work. I just feel so bad for you guys, and I wish you well. I hope you guys can sometime get down to Florida. I know traveling is also kind of a bear, but if you can, try to do that, because it is great to see it. It's different, but it's definitely nice to have that. But I applaud Hasbro and Disney for working out a way to bring some of Galaxy's Edge, Batuu, Black Spire Outpost out to Target and to the Disney stores and things of that nature. So this is R5P8, which is an R5 unit that's kind of got a little cool look to him. All right, why don't we get him open? Okay, and we can see. Now another thing, again, it's just a matter of space. Like this. Look how much space this thing takes up, right? Like this much and this much. But when you take the figure out of the package, and gotta be careful here. Now that's how much space the figure himself takes up. So it's just a little bit, there's so little space here. It just makes more sense. Oh, I just knocked him over there. Ah! All right. But there he is. Little R5P8. A little cool thing that the Black Series figures, the R2 units do, is that you kind of turn their head around and out comes their third leg, which is kind of cool. All right. Now I will say that this thing is a little bit challenging to try to get it to, you have to kind of bend the left and right leg a little bit. So to get it, like, I don't have a good, well, I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't really want to, if you see his legs here, it kind of waddles a little bit. So I found that it's a cool feature, but to me it's better to just keep him with the two legs like that. And, it's got that, look at his face. They make him like he's a little, he's a little bit blurry there. There he is. Oh, look at him. It's kind of cute. It's like having a bulldog as a pet. He's kind of ugly, but in a cute sort of way. So, really cool. Put that next to the Hondo and Naka figure. Got a nice little little partner there. That's really cool. I want. And by the way, Disney Plus, if you get a hold of this video. I want a Disney Plus action series. I don't care if it's live or animated, featuring Hondo Ohnaka and his droid and all the adventures that they go on, because I think that would be a great story. Okay, we've been going along here for a bit now. Generally, my episodes run between 15 and 25 minutes, so we're going to kind of go a little longer. Here is our final unboxing, which came in from the Disney store. Real excited about it. There he is, man. The Mandalorian. Okay, really cool. Disney does these the Disney store and in the Disney parks, they do these really cool figures that are between 12 and 18 inches and have like these little, they're posable like regular figures, but you know, a little bit more limited, but they have really cool sound effects and lighting effects and things of that nature. So this guy is mostly, I mean, I could keep him in the box, but sorry folks, I'm not. So we got to get him out, all right, because this is an unboxing channel. This is not a keep it in the box channel, and I do keep it in the box a lot, but not this time. Okay, the Disney, I give, you know, I'll always remember this when 2012. I'll never forget. Probably either the end of 2012 or the beginning of 2013. We all know the fate. For those of us who are fans of the franchise, all know the fateful day when it was announced that Disney was buying Lucasfilm, and they were going to release three more movies, and everybody rejoiced, and it was so much fun, and it was great news, and people were so happy, right? But for me, the part that turned into more of a oh my goodness moment happened slightly later, when the marketing executive for Disney kind of went to the press conference or something, or interviewed somewhere, and he said, well, we've examined Lucasfilm's licensing agreements, and we know with the Star Wars brand and what they've done over the past few decades, and to be perfectly frank, we felt that they are not nearly aggressive enough. And at that moment, collectors everywhere went, oh my gosh, what do you mean they're not aggressive enough? You know, I mean, look at our basements. They're pretty aggressive. But what they did mean really was that they were going to branch out into lots of different areas, everything from household appliances, lots of clothing for adults, children, pets, everything. As far as toys are concerned, they've kind of done a little bit more, but not so much that you can't keep up with it. And, you know, we learned as collectors to make choices. You know, we decide, well, this I want to collect, this not so much, and then we kind of go from there. So, so that's what I've been doing when it comes to Disney's Disney's items that they offer. I kind of look at certain things and say, well, you know, these are cool, but maybe not. I don't know if I want those. I like these and that kind of thing. So that's kind of what we've been doing. So that's, and honestly, it's been great, and I've really applauded Disney for what they've done. I don't collect everything they do. I can't. I mean, there's just no way. There's not enough room, not enough money. You know, you just can't do it. But I do appreciate them giving us the options. So they've come up with a lot of things, and oh my goodness, now, the one thing that they do with this is make it really, really hard to open up here. Kids, if you're watching, just be aware. I'm using a box cutter. If you're using a box cutter, though, you got to be extra careful. It's very, and this is one reason why I don't go live very often, is because I'm always afraid I'm going to hurt myself. And I don't want to be bleeding on camera. But this one turned out to be relatively easy. Okay. There he is. Now, the only thing that's a little weird about this... Oh, well done. Oh, Mrs. Darth Tuba. I agree, Skywalker. It's all about feeling of just being there. Yes, yes. That's Mrs. Darth Tuba just commenting to the Skywalking Through Neverland folks, who were nice enough to do a photo went back in the day. I don't know if you remember that, about 4 years ago now? We actually met up. I was taking my band to Disneyland to perform. So we were in Disneyland all day, and they were nice enough to meet up with us. At that time was the construction wall that was going to eventually be Galaxy's Edge, and we all lined up and took photos there. Good times, you know. Yes, it was so cool to see you guys. Absolutely. Thank you. Right back at you. And you guys were so nice to meet with us there, and it was really fantastic. And I kind of miss those days. We were supposed to be there again this year in 2021, every 4 years. So we were going to take the band in the spring of 21 to come to Disneyland again. But unfortunately, with all the uncertainty, we just opted to hold off. We might do it again the next year, but we're going to just wait and see where things go with the pandemic. So All right, so back to the Mandalorian. So it's nice that they give nice clear instructions, but I didn't realize that his Beskar armor comes with instructions. It's, try me, try me, try me. So I'm gonna just take those try me stickers off because they kind of annoy me. But I understand why they did that because this is such a cool. Unfortunately, you have to be really careful with the labeling. The really cool thing about modern day toy releases is that they really do an amazing job. I mean, so many things. Like people, I think about back in the 90s and the early 2000s.
They work for the Empire.
Oh, sorry, I just accidentally activated his talking. But back in the day, you used to be able to buy like prop replicas from places like Master Replicas, Code 3 Collectibles, but you'd spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And you'd get you can get helmet replicas and things like that. Well, the thing is that nowadays, some of the stuff, the Black Series helmets are amazing, and they look as good, if not in some ways better, than the prop replicas because you can actually activate sounds and lights and things on them. Look at the lightsabers. Look at the stuff that's available in Galaxy's Edge. There's amazing prop replicas that you can get now for far less money than there used to be. So I kind of think it's nice because, as a collector, don't get me wrong, I would love to have a wall of prop replicas that were all thousands of dollars, but I would much rather have a wall of prop replicas that were tens of dollars, because it's just, we have to be careful with how we spend our money. But anyway, back to the Mandalorian. All right. So this is a guy, and as you can see, he's got some articulation, not too much, and he's kind of somewhat rigid. But again, if you press, I'll see, get him close to my chest here.
I did what I had to. I know the drill. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
You can even it's kind of a cool. I know, right? This is amazing. And again, this is available at the Disney Store. All right, any Disney stores, shopdisney.com. Okay, and then that was just his chest on his left shoulder. You got. It's kind of hard because it's pretty well lit here, but it lights up like he's like doing the flamethrower, going after those scary spiders. Yeah, scary spiders. If you haven't seen, sorry if I made a spoiler alert. Episode 2, Mandalorian Season 2. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Scary spiders. Okay, and then on his right arm, or shoulder, he's got his little... Basically just a gunshot. That's cool. And it doesn't look like it comes off of his holster. Okay, the rest of it, his arm, his legs and his ankles, everything move. His waist moves a little bit. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good articulation. Battery pack in the back. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we'll see what else he says.
No droids.
No droids. Sorry, buddy.
What's your highest bounty?
What's your highest bounty?
This is the way.
Basically giving...
My next job. They work for the Empire.
Okay, so there's about 12 or 15 lines of dialogue right out of the film, or right out of the TV series from the first season. And although it is kind of cool to see him in his Beskar uniform, his Beskar armor, but really, really a cool piece. I don't have any other... I'll show you just a kind of a comparison. This is one of those Hasbro, $10 12-inch figures that you can get, just to give you an idea. So it's a little bit, obviously this is a little bit bigger. I also have a little, he measures in at, he's about 12. He measures in at 12. So I have a little, measuring cutting board here. And yeah, he measures, these figures measure about 15 inches, okay? So they're just a little bigger, a little bulkier. I think part of that is by design because they have to put all the electronics inside. So there you go. But really cool. It's just funny putting him next to this Baby Yoda. This is what Baby Yoda is going to grow really fast. So there you go. But there you go. That is okay. We are. I think we have done all we have set out to do for today to celebrate. Again, the 400th episode. I wanted to do something live, and I'm glad for the people that did come. The people that are here, it wasn't a huge amount of people, and that's okay. But I gotta say that to the people that are watching, thank you for the support you've given. And that's both to Skywalking Through Neverland, the folks there, Richard and Sarah, along with Mrs. Darth Tuba. Cindy, you have been so awesome to, what did Jim Carrey say in Liar Liar? He said, behind every great man, there's a woman rolling her eyes. And I say that's kind of what she's done, you know, but in tongue in cheek, she's always been really supportive. So thank you for letting me be me and do these weird things. But I have no intention of stopping, guys. I will continue. It might get more viewers. We might get less viewers. It doesn't really matter. I just enjoy sharing the love of it for people to stumble across. But again, if you did like it and you stumble across this, please subscribe, hit the notification button, and you know, do all those great YouTube things. Thank you again. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I have an Instagram and Twitter, Darth Tuba, at Darth Tuba, and you can check out Darth Tuba's Star Wars unboxing page on Facebook. And you know what? I generally drop episodes on Sundays and Wednesdays. I'd like to get back into doing some more. I was doing some live short ones on Instagram. I might get back into that. We'll have to wait and see. I don't want to commit to daily things though, because it's just a lot that goes on. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please share it. Please let people know. Check out my playlist. Check out the other episodes. If you like, I want to also thank our daughter, Karina Magalio, for the awesome Star Wars Darth Tuba art that she does. If you want to support the show right now, the only way we have for that is at my TeePublic store, which you can look on the descriptions of any of my videos. I have a TeePublic store link where she's done a lot of cool vintage inspired art that you can find on t-shirts and other things, along with some really cool Darth Tuba art that we've done as well. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you, and this is the way.